Hey everybody, this is David at Homestead Hacks. Well, I told you I was going to do this video series on raising meat chickens, so I finally got set up. I got my little brood box with a windbreak set up. It's like 33 inches. It was a scrap piece of wood that I just threw together real quick. And I know it's not very high, it's only 6 inches high, but by the time they can jump over this, which may be pretty quick, I'll just completely remove the windbreak completely, and then they'll have the run of this 8x8 chicken house here, and then the door opens up once they get to a certain size, and they can go out into the chicken run and actually eat grass and such. Now what we're going to do, we're going to do this from a start to finish. I'm going to film once a week, and I'm going to show how we feed, how we set up this brooder, or whatever you want to call it. I've raised chickens all my life. This is how I've always done it. You got to give them a little bit of space to move around in, because chickens will start pecking each other really bad if they don't. So I got my heat lamp set up right there, and then directly to the bottom of it, I don't have a thermometer in here yet, but I'm gonna get one and put in here. You want it at the very bottom, you want it to be around about 100 degrees is what I like. 95 at the lowest, 100 degrees at the highest. Now, once they step away from that zone right there, it'll start cooling down. And that gives them a lot of room in here. If they get too hot, they can come to the edges where it's cooler. Now, what I'm doing here, and we'll release them, I got 10. I'm only doing 10. And they're broiler chickens. You can see that they're all huddled up, ready to go. Now, yes, these are going to be meat chickens, and they will be butchered at the end. And I won't actually show the butchering part, but we will show how you process them afterwards, or how I do it. I'm no expert at this, I guess. You know, it's not something, when I process them, I'm really fast at it, because I've done a few meat chickens in my life. I do a lot of laying chickens and stuff, so I just wanted to show you how I do it from start to finish. Let's see if we can, we'll just actually just roll the box over and just let them walk out. So they'll come straight out. I'll give them a little bit of coaxing here. They'll be safe in here from predators and cats, and because yes, cats will get them. So I wasn't sure of the height. I normally put a board under here, but I thought it was up too high, but I'll probably put the board back because it'll help with the wood chips. This is just pine wood chips, that's all it is. And some people don't like using pine chips. I've always used pine chips. I've never had any trouble with them. Some people prefer to use hay or straw. Some people say that they'll consume the chips and hurt their digest. I've never had any issues with it. Some people may have, but I haven't. So you can use whatever bedding you want to. They're immediately going to the feed. I'm going to show you what kind of feed. It's just a growing feed with a very high protein content. The thing with meat birds, in the long run, it's really hard to save money doing it this way. Now, the old-fashioned way with old Rhode Island Reds or your basic traditional bird, where you hatch them yourself and you save a little bit of money there, and because these birds were like $2.70 each. So, I mean, you can about buy a rotisserie chicken for what, $5 almost. So, but it's the quality of the meat that means a lot. And you can go with, like I said, a more of a traditional type chicken, where you're feeding them in the yard like a free range type style, and then you can catch them and harvest them that way. That would save you a lot of money, and it is a good quality chicken that way. And maybe we'll do a series on that sometime, where we'll buy some or I'll hatch them myself, and we'll let them free range, and then we'll catch them and process them then. But it takes a lot longer. With these, you're looking at 6 weeks tops, they're ready to go. If you let them go past that window, the birds start getting tough. And they're not good quality after that. 5 to 6 weeks, you know, they're ready to harvest. So I'm gonna show you the feed, and then that'll be all for the series for today. We'll do this every week. Of course, I'm gonna do other videos in between, but I'm gonna do one committed every single week to this. Let me show you the feed. There's a lot of different brands you can buy, I'm sure. We got this at a Tractor Supply. It's a 24% protein, so it's really high in protein. It's a chick starter, and we'll feed them this throughout their growing. These are crumbles, and I'm gonna look, and I'm pretty sure they got pellets. So after about a week or two, we'll move them on to pellets, because they can waste this quite a bit right here. Or it may be better just to go to a high protein laying pellets. Would probably work good. As you know, all my chickens are free range, all my laying chickens. This is inside the barn under my 4-wheeler. Yeah, that's the thing about free range. And I'm gonna get one of those laying boxes, those metal ones, and hang it up in the chicken part where the goats are, where they can actually lay in there, and hopefully they'll be encouraged to go there more than just random spots like they do here. This might be interesting right here. This is an old game hen. She's black, coal black, beautiful bird. Well, she went to setting, but what she's setting on is 3 of Goosey's eggs. So, you know, a 28-day hatch. I don't know if this will work out. I know chickens will hatch anything that you put under them. It doesn't matter. And usually they will accept whatever is hatches. They don't really know the difference once they hatch. They just know that they hatch them and think it's their babies. It's 28 days, I believe, 28 to 30 for geese eggs, but 21 for chickens. So I don't know. We'll keep an eye on this. It may develop into something, and then again, it may not. But it would be very interesting to see. Goosey started coming in here and find a place to set. To lay her eggs. The only time she would come in here when I had the door open, and that's the only way she could get in here. So she finally gave up on it and left these 3 eggs abandoned. She's got a nest on the outside of the barn that we're keeping an eye on. We're going to watch it and see how it develops. Just wanted to show you this real quick. I know it has nothing to do with the video, but you remember when I put dye in the pond. But look how pretty this water is now. You remember how muddy and grungy looking it was, and now it's just a beautiful blue. It's called Midnight Blue that I got it from Tractor Supply, and it looks really good. Okay, just outside the barn, here's where Goosey's been laying her eggs. They look pretty grungy and dirty. I don't know. Last year she ended up having 1 baby and it died. Only 1 hatched. So I don't know. We'll see. I may have to move this stuff back and give her a nest box to lay in, because I don't know. That's the spot she picked, and I don't know if I should just leave it and just hope for the best or put her in a box, but we'll see. Okay, I've heard a lot of different people write and tell me the best name for male goose, and the name I choose to go with, and I had this name show up a lot, was Gander. So now we got Goosey and Gander. That's his name for now on, and I thought that was a pretty good name. They both start with G, so Goosey and Gander. But that's about it, folks. I'm going to end the video. Please keep a watch out on our videos. We've got a lot planned this year. Like I said, fishing trip, gardens. The garden looks good. Right down there is the garden right below Goosey and Gander. Potatoes are coming up. They look good. I thought maybe they might rot because we had so much rain, but they're popping through the ground, so I'm hoping for the best on that. And then we got blueberries. Blueberries are in full bloom right now. So we always have a really good crop. So just don't forget about us. help share our videos. We got a lot coming, a lot of videos coming this year. And like I said, I'm gonna get a GoPro and take you on fishing trips and such, trout fishing trips, camping trips. But that's about it. Don't forget, click on the little bell, like and subscribe. Thanks for watching Homestead Hacks.